Hello, welcome to the channel. So this video, very short video, talking about helicopter downwash. Is it dangerous? Well, yes and no. It is dangerous only if it affects anybody nearby, any person or property, for example. Because actually the amount of air that is processed through a main rotor and even through a tail rotor is actually quite dramatic. There's a lot of air coming down. As a rotor spins, it processes a lot of air, what we call induced flow from the top of the above the main rotor, passing through the rotor, below the rotor. And that's a lot of air that's been processed through. And as you get closer to the surface, as the helicopter gets closer to the surface, then that is going to make contact with the ground, and then it's propelled outwards as well. So in many cases, the winds can reach really high speeds right next to a helicopter. So that's why we'd always advise nobody approach a helicopter when it's landing or when it's taking off, because you have to stay a reasonable distance away so that you're not going to be having this effect or feel the effects of this really high wind that's going to be coming towards you. Now, the wind in itself is not necessarily the issue. It might knock you over, and we've had incidents in the past where people have been knocked over by the downwash wind itself, and then obviously that can create injuries or even fatalities in some cases as well. Especially if you're, let's say, if you're ill or if you're elderly, infirm, then obviously then you can be knocked over, you can hit your head, whatever. But the wind in itself is not necessarily the only issue. It's mainly for any FOD that can be kicked up and propelled. FOD, foreign object damage, any debris that's on the ground, any loose articles that can be kicked up and just thrown towards people, towards buildings, towards cars, whatever, animals, and then that can create an issue as well. So the downwash is a major factor in terms of helicopter safety, not only for the helicopter itself, because the downwash can kick up debris and that could be recirculated into the disc. We can have ingestion into the engines as well. So let's say when we're landing in brownfield sites, we've got to be careful of debris that can come into the engines and also damage the main rotors and tail rotors. But primarily when we're talking about downwash dangers, we're really talking about what we're considering for third parties and people on the ground and property as well. So we would really try to land in an area that is downwind from any potential danger. So let's say if the wind is coming from the north and there is a building, we will try and land to the south of the building so the downwash is carried away from the building and carried away from, let's say, people that are stood there as well. We try and minimize the effect of downwash all times. This is one of our landing checks. The effects of downwash, or what we perceive the effect of the downwash will be. Now, this is more acute when we're landing in urban areas, when we're landing in areas where there might be people in the general vicinity, property, vehicles, that kind of thing, animals, that kind of thing. So we've got to be very mindful of the effect of the downwash as well. So yeah, there are definite dangers with helicopter downwash. And certainly the advice is never stand next to a helicopter that is taken off and landing. Never surge towards the helicopter. It's almost like it's almost like it's an attraction to. It's almost like it's an attractive force to get closer to a helicopter as it's landing or taking off. But we always say stay well away. And you might see pilots and crews, vigorously shooing people away. And it's only that we have your best interests at heart to make sure that you're not going to be affected by this downwash or anything that the downwash, the wind that is generated, picks up and can throw towards you as well, or let alone even blow you over. People are actually very surprised at how strong the wind can be from even a small helicopter, or the downwash effect, let alone a really big helicopter. Let's just say something like a Chinook or a Super Stallion or something like that. It is substantial, so even from a small helicopter. Anyway, so helicopter downwash, yes, definitely it can be very, very dangerous, and it's something that as pilots and crews we are always very observant of and considerate of prior to landing and taking off. If you like what I do here, keep on watching, and I'll catch you again. Bye now.